I want to read some poems from my new book. It's called The Angel Dialogues. And I need to tell you something about the book. First of all, it is exactly what it says it is. It is a series of dialogues between a poet and an angel. The poet is aging, he's miserable, he can't write, and he prays for a muse, and he gets this crazy angel, this wacky, spunky, sassy angel who spends a year with him trying to serve as his muse and change his character. And so the poems are read in order because they tell a story of the angel's time with the poet. It begins with the angel's arrival and ends with the angel's departure. The angel's speeches are written in italics to help the reader. And mixed in among the dialogues are a series of poems in a different typeface which the poet writes under the influence of the angel. All of which would be very clear to you if you bought the book. But I just wanted you to know. So I'm going to read you a few poems from the Angel Dialogues, and I have to read it in two voices. Most of my readings I have an angel, but there's only one mic, and I haven't got an angel. I was going to ask Carolyn, but I don't think we can do it with one mic. Anyway, let's start with the angel speaks of beauty. Are you? Am I what? Are you, well, beautiful, you know, up there? Well, of course I am. Everyone is beautiful up there. So you don't just look at someone the way I look at you and say, wow, you're beautiful. No, sweetheart. We don't do that. But why not? I mean, I know you're going to give me the everyone is equal line, everyone's the same. Well then, darling, why ask? Because here it's so hard for people who are not beautiful. They look at themselves and feel sad. What do you say to people who feel they aren't beautiful? I love you. I know you do. No, silly, you tell the unbeautiful ones you love them. But suppose you don't. Suppose their ugliness puts you off. Get over it. All the more reason to love them. But if you can't, you can. If you can't, then what am I doing here? Don't you see, darling, don't you see why I'm here? Look at me, sweetheart. I look at her and start to cry. Yes, she says. You know, now, just go love everyone like that, and then they'll be beautiful, just like I am. The angel speaks of heaven. So, when you're not here, where are you? Heaven. Ah. Ah, what? Aha! What? I got you. Explain yourself, darling. Heaven exists. Of course it does. It's a real place. Yes. Well, what do you do there? We sing hymns and flap our wings. What wings? The wings you earned, like that movie everyone watches at Christmas time. And you? I take care of people like you. I wrestle. I make announcements. You know, I really have to stop and explain that because this poem just before this, she ends up as the angel who's been wrestling with Jacob. Because angels don't have time and they can move in and out of time. So she's just come back from wrestling with Jacob and she has a black eye. And the poet says to her, where have you been? And she says, wrestling. I make announcements. She's also the angel who makes the announcements to the shepherds. So that's the reference there. And you, I take care of people like you. I wrestle, I make announcements. And in heaven you just sing. Yes, pretty boring. That's what Mark Twain said. I liked him. He was a real wise ass. You don't just sing. Of course not, sweetheart. Come on, use your imagination. Well, what do you do? We talk about you. Me? Not just you, everyone. But there are so many of us, millions and millions of us. We don't have time. Of course not, you're too busy. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, there's no such thing as time. Time is a human invention. Time is death walking. Where did that come from? Well, I'm supposed to be a poet, aren't I? I mean, you're the one who touched my lips. That was good, sweetheart. Do me another one. Heaven is the prodigal come home, kissing the father. Time is the elder brother upstairs. Now you're rolling. Heaven is the blue egg in the wren's nest. Time is the tornado touching down in the sweat-worn streets. Sweet Jesus, darling, you've got it.